community partners are essential because we as the Food Sharing Project cannot do this by ourselves. I have a saying that it takes a community to feed a child, and it truly does. We can't provide everything that is needed for the children just on our own. So it's very important to have community partners. We need people to be aware of the real issues that families and schools and children struggle with every day, and those people, those community partners, can make a solid contribution. One of our really wonderful partners is Pan Chancho and the Chez Piggy restaurant. And the people that run those two places work really hard to make sure that they can share what they have in their wonderful product with children who can benefit from it. And there's a relationship that has developed with 3 schools in Kingston, not only between the bakers who are making the bread for the children, but also with the fellow who does the delivery. And the fellow who does the delivery to those schools, when you talk to him about what he's doing, he glows because he's making a contribution to those children, and he knows that that matters in their day, that he is bringing them that wonderful focaccia bread or those wonderful muffins. So there's a benefit to him as well as there's a benefit to the children. So that involving the community works both ways. Our partnership with Stock Transportation has been going on for a number of years now, and what Stock does is they help us with our deliveries. We are well supported with the Limestone District School Board's delivery service for the schools that are north of the 401. For the schools that are within the city, that has always been Food Sharing's responsibility. As our program has grown, we didn't have enough space to deliver food to the schools. We didn't have a big enough van or truck to put it all into, and we were renting, and so that eats into our budget that would normally go to providing food for children. Stock Transportation provides us with 3 buses once a week to make deliveries to schools that are within the city. So their drivers provide their time to make those deliveries, and Stock frees them up in order to do that for us. Funding for the Food Sharing Project comes from a number of areas. We are very well supported by both the Limestone District School Board and the Algonquin and Lakeshore Catholic District School Board in terms of many administration costs, in terms of contributions to salaries for our employees, and in terms of transportation costs to deliver food to schools. We also have funding that we receive through grants. For example, the United Way, the Healthy Communities grant through the City of Kingston, and the Trillium Foundation. Another level of funding, which is essential for food sharing, is the support that we receive through payroll deductions from employees of the Limestone District School Board and on the Algonquin Lakeshore Catholic District School Board. And we receive that funding through payroll deductions identified on their United Way donation slips. We also receive donations from individuals and churches. Schools provide funds for us through our Children Feeding Children program, where the school would run a cereal or a juice drive, and children would be asked to bring in nutritious boxes of cereal and 100% juice, and they make that contribution to our to the food that we send out to schools. Also, we have an annual auction every year, and it has become a terrific staff event, I think, for both Limestone District School Board and the Algonquin Lakeshore Catholic District School Board. It's always at the end of January, and it has grown so much as food sharing has, that we have gone from holding it in a small school gym to holding it in a large secondary school gym. And it is very well supported through donations from businesses, individuals, school staffs, school councils, senior administration at both board offices. I consider the United Way to be a true partner with the Food Sharing Project. They provide us with funds, which are essential. They provide us with guidance. They're also our cheerleaders. They're very supportive of food sharing within the community, and I consider them to be a group that I can go to as the chair of Food Sharing Project, and I can ask advice. And we received great guidance from them in terms of strategic planning. So there are many, many benefits to us from being partners with the United Way. Something that's always been a challenge for food sharing is where our funding comes from. It's very time consuming to write grants and to hold functions, and we can only do that a certain amount at the time to raise a certain amount of our funding. What we were hoping at some point we would be able to receive is some kind of government directed initiative that would provide us with perhaps some base funding that we would be able to count on each year. And we are very pleased to have the funding that comes through to us through the Ministry of Children and Youth, and it is flowed to us through the Hastings Prince Edward Learning Foundation as our lead agency. Through that funding, we're able to pay salaries and provide food and equipment for our ever-growing population of children that need to be fed. Without the support that we receive from all of our donors, whether it's financial or in kind, we wouldn't be able to provide the level of support that we do to schools. It truly does take a community to feed a child.